Alright, hey travelers, Chris here for unmatchedvoyages.com with another review. I hope it's not too loud here. We are in Kaohsiung, a city in the south of Taiwan, and we are checking out the InterContinental Kaohsiung. And I'm quite excited about this because, as you can see already, this is a pretty modern building. On the photos it looks amazing, and I can't wait to see whether the theme also continues on the inside. So let's check it out, let's see. This video is sponsored by our own website unmatchedvoyages.com, where you can find hotel and flight reviews, deals and promotions, destination reviews and much more. So click the link below or go to unmatchedvoyages.com to find out more. Alright, as always, let's have a look first at where the InterContinental Kaohsiung is located. Now, we are looking at Taiwan off the coast of China here, and you can see Kaohsiung already in the south of the island. And if we are looking at the city itself, now this is always a bit hard to show if you're not familiar with the city, but you can already see this is roughly where the city center is. So the InterContinental is really in the middle of it all, and it's very easy to go there from the airport, to explore the port area and so on. So the location is really fantastic. Once you arrive then at the InterConti, you can see that it lies on a big street, which is not great for sound, but to be honest, on the inside you don't hear it, and it's actually quite easy to get there because there's a train station really close by. You can also see that the building looks fantastic also at night. I think it's combined with a residential building, with the InterContinental actually occupying the first 15 or 16 floors. And you can see here the entrance. You can also get a pickup with the house Porsche Taycan, which is of course super nice. And I can't wait to see what it looks like inside. The first thing you notice when you come inside is, besides this warm light, are these blue colors, which I think look phenomenal. I absolutely love this color, and it just looks super elegant also with the floor. You can see here the entrance with this tree in the middle. It really feels like you're coming into a very important and great hotel. And you can see here also this is the bar area and the lobby/lobby lounge. It looks spacious, it looks modern, I really love it. I saw this on photos in the app, and that made me actually want to come to this hotel, and it really held up. It looks really nice. Also, side note that there's a little bit of infused water in the lobby, which I think is always a great idea. Okay, then let's go to the room. For us that meant going up to the 11th floor. You can see it here, floor 6 to 16, and already the hallways look really cool. And you can see here on the left side there's actually a bit of an open space area, and down there is a Japanese restaurant of the hotel with this really funky illuminations and projections on the wall. So very cool. And so now let's go into the room. All right, here we are. We are in a king room, high floor, harbor view room. It's about 36 square meters. Let me show you around what we have. You come in, you have a little bit of a hallway. You can already see you have an espresso machine, the one with these flat pads. You also have a little bit of space to put your suitcase, ignore our stuff that's running around there. And you also have a Smack water kettle. How cool is that? Anyways, once you come into the room, you can already see the colors are really nice. It's a bit muted. Everything is like these warm gray and wooden colors, and I think it looks stunning. You have a big bed, and in front is kind of chaise lounge. And you also have a big TV, and also I think this is a Bose soundbar, so movie time is ready to go here. Not sure what was here. This is a bit of an empty space, but I don't mind it. I do like how this hotel brings together also a bit of blue colors. You saw that in the lobby and also here in the room, and I think it looks really amazing. Then, as mentioned, the harbor view. I'll maybe overlay some of the footage that I took at another time. It might be a bit bright right now. And you have a little bit of a seating area here, which is amazing. I also like that all of the button controls have little pictograms on it, so you actually know what you're clicking and doing. That's always appreciated. We even have a little kind of AI smart device here. We haven't tried that out, but that's definitely interesting, as well as a small cookie. Always nice. Besides that, let's look at the bathroom, and you can already see once you come in that it's actually quite bright, because there's a window that connects you to the hotel living room part. You have, of course, a standard toilet. This is a Japanese-style toilet with smart features, which is great. And there is, if I can open it, also a shower. Not quite rain shower, but basically, right? You have the Byredo refillable amenities, shampoo, shower gel, and so on, which you usually find in Intercontinentals, and I think those are great. I know refillable bottles are not exactly the favorite of a lot of my viewers, but apparently that's Taiwanese law now, that you have to stop using single-use items, so there you go. You also get a Dyson hairdryer, which is always cool to see, and then one single sink. What I like is that they actually have a little drink water tap, which means that this is specifically filtered so you can actually drink here. They don't give you water bottles like the plastic ones, so this is definitely also a good solution to keep the plastic usage down. Besides that, you have a little chair here, and then if we go over here, you do have the bathtub. And you can see there's this big window here. It's a little bit muted, it's a little bit shaded. So you still have your privacy. There is a little bit of a blind that you can roll down for full privacy, no worries. And you have the tub, which is quite long. I think it looks quite good. Definitely eager to try this out. So that's about it for the room. I think it looks really pretty. It's definitely modern, as is the entire hotel, of course. And I can't wait to see the other amenities that the hotel has in store for us. So let's check those out. Alright, just something I wanted to talk about because I've not seen that before. You get some kind of smart speaker with a voice assistant here in the hotel. So imagine like Siri or Alexa, and I hope I didn't trigger your phones here. Basically you can of course ask it to turn up all the lights or turn them off and to turn down the blinds. So it's a hello AI, turn off all the lights.
Certainly, the light is off.
And it works fairly good, I have to say. I don't know if I would use it constantly, and let me just try to turn it on again. What I like about this though, and that's less about the smart feature, is you have kind of a console here where you can select, room controls, everything also manually. And what I also quite like is that you can order amenities from this menu. So you can just say, hey, I need the toothbrush, I need 2 toothbrushes, and so on, and you can just put it in your basket and request it. So it's actually really cool, I love it. I don't know if I would use the voice assistant much. It's kind of gimmicky a little bit. I don't think a lot of guests use it, but yeah, just wanted to say it. And it's also a speaker, so for music, it also runs music and it connects via Bluetooth. So that's about that. Okay, then let's look at the breakfast. Now for that, we are going down to the ground floor. Next to the bar area, which actually acts as kind of an overflow area, there's a restaurant called Seats. It's kind of the standard all-day dining restaurant, and here it is where you go to get checked in. We went to the main area for most of the time, and it was actually pretty crowded during our stay, even though it was during the week. But you can see here, and I think the design, again, it kind of shows throughout the whole hotel. I quite like these colorful artificial flowers on the ceiling. It makes it pop a little bit, makes it look everything a little bit more interesting. And then also, as mentioned, this is the bar area, but in the morning it acts as an overflow area, and it was actually at times quite crowded. The breakfast itself then is what you would kind of expect from a, let's say, standard modern business hotel, which is not to say that I mean this in a negative way. You definitely get a lot of variety. You can see here, for example, this really cool looking space where you can find salads in small glass jars. You can find juices, you can find yogurts and fruits. I really like how everything is in glass jars instead of, these plastic one-time use things. I think the hotel really tries to do this more sustainable approach throughout the hotel, not only in the room. So that's always great in my book. And side note, for the salad, for example, it just looks much nicer and more elegant having it in these little glass jars. Outside of this area, then you have your granola and cheese bar. And besides that, there's also plenty of pastries and savory dishes. On the more savory side, you definitely find some more local dishes like cold noodles and noodle soups. You can see that here. As well as, of course, your standard, like your sausages. You have an egg station where you can order things. You actually have these little laundry hooks here that you can put to order. And then you can see here the more standard, I would say, continental or American breakfast, your waffles and everything. Really nice, and there's also on top of that some made-to-order dishes you can see here. Those are mostly on the savory and local side. They also include, for example, this kind of cinnamon bun with a little bit of a local touch to it. And I have to say, overall, the breakfast was really good. Quality was decent. I didn't like all the pastries. Some were maybe a bit dry, but the fruits were great. And across all the variations and variety of what they had, I have to say, this is really solid breakfast. And that's totally enough in my book for this type of hotel and this type of price. So I think anyone can find something here to eat and be happy about it. First time for me to see at an InterContinental were, by the way, these little placeholders, these seat reservations depending on your status. So yeah, interesting. Anyway, that was the breakfast. Let's then head to the health club, or rather the swimming pool and the gym. For that, we head to the 6th floor. You go down this hallway, then take another elevator downstairs, and then you finally hit this area which kind of connects the swimming pool as well as the gym and lets you check in also. The gym itself, and you can see it actually from this side of the room already, I think it's quite standard and okay. Again, I'm never really super knowledgeable about what you need in a gym, but it looks to me like you get a basic kind of workout done. It's not extremely big, but you have your weights and your cardio machine, so that should at least work. One thing I didn't like is that they force you to buy a swimming cap. You can see the yellow one here. It's $3 to rent, or you can buy it for around $12, and there is no option not to have one. Of course, you can bring your own, but it sucks because every time you go to the pool, you have to get a new one, which seems a bit annoying. Anyway, you get this wristband, electronic one that lets you open your locker, which of course is convenient. You don't have to worry about losing the key for it. And then when you go through the shower area here, in my case in the men's room, you can also see that there is a sauna that you can use at around 75 degrees. And if you head to the right, you see the swimming pool here. And I have to say, just design-wise, I really like the look of this. It looks very cool with these dark colors against the kind of light blue of the swimming pool itself. Also, the lighting is quite nice. So overall good. It's not the biggest pool, but at least the hotel has an indoor pool, which, especially in winter, I think it gets still reasonably cold in southern Taiwan. So to have that, I think, is still nice. I wouldn't spend too much time there. You can see it here with the beach chairs and the couches. It has decent space, but to be honest, it gets quite stuffy with the chloride smell, and it's extremely humid. So I don't think you would want to spend an entire day there, but at least you have fairly big windows that let in also a lot of natural light, so you still feel connected to the outside world, basically. When you cross over to the other side of the pool, you also see that they have the information about the pool itself, and especially the temperature, which I think here says 28 degrees, so fairly warm. On the other side of the pool, you then have these two hot water little pools. I think they come in at around 35 and 40 degrees, so it's very nice to relax in. I quite like to have the option, because for me usually the jacuzzis can sometimes be a little bit too hot, so if you're fussy about it, you can see it here. They definitely have options. So overall, great to have an indoor pool. A little bit unfortunate with the swimming cap, but I know it's not unusual in Chinese cultures. One thing that I found interesting is that at the entrance to the pool, there were these signs about the penalties for if you vomit or poop into the pool. So I guess that hasn't happened only once to have these signs up. So yeah, but that's the first time for me. One last thing I want to share with you, if we go back to the entrance, is the coffee shop. It's called Delicatesse. It's right next to the entrance, and it seemed quite popular, probably with the locals. So if you go and enter here, you can see this little shop. You can buy different food-related items, but I believe most people mainly use it for some pastries and coffees in the morning. I always like when a hotel has that. even if it just gives a bit of foot traffic and allows the hotel to be a bit more, closer to its environment, to its neighborhood. So overall, quite cool. You can also find these reusable water bottles that you also have in the room here, so anyone, I guess, can buy them, and they give you a discount on coffee and tea. So then, let me get to the conclusion. I know I talked a lot about this hotel. I have to say I really like it. You already saw it from the thumbnail, but this is what a kind of a standard good InterContinental hotel should be like for me. That means it's modern, the rooms are comfortable and spacious, big windows to let in a lot of light. I do like nice color schemes, and especially this beige and the blue I think is really great. I also have to say that the bathroom, although it could be a little bit bigger, is decent enough. At around $200 a night, I think this is a fair price for this style of hotel. And not to forget that I'm always in favor of Japanese toilets with the bidet function. Those are absolutely awesome. As well as this little tap, this drinking water tap. I think it's great to have this kind of sustainability initiative. It's a bit annoying when you want to venture out into the city, but I think it's still a good deal. The AI thing here at the bedside, to be honest, we didn't really use. It's a bit gimmicky, but it's still interesting to see hotels trying new things. And you can see here, I really love these pictograms because it's just so much easier to finally know what buttons are doing. In some hotels, that's really troublesome. Besides that, the pool was good, but the swimming cap rule is really annoying. We asked if we could take the swimming cap to our room and use it the next day for the pool, but no, it's only for one-time use. So you basically pay $3 each time you want to use the pool, which seems a bit annoying and also something we didn't see in other hotels in Taiwan. Nevertheless, there is a pool, there's a gym, so I think this should cover most people. And then, of course, also the breakfast is really decent. You have a quite variety of different foods, and quality-wise, it's really good. It's not outstanding, but it's good. So yeah, I'm really happy with this InterContinental. I think if you want to go to Kaohsiung, you're in search for a hotel, you can absolutely not go wrong with this. You get exactly what you kind of expect here. A modern, bright hotel with a decent value proposition. So that's it from me, guys. If you've been to the InterContinental Kaohsiung, let me know in the comments below. Would love to hear how your experience was. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. So, cheers.